Good afternoon, Tornado Nation. It's a beautiful day here on the northwest end of the complex here at THS. We're ready for softball. The warm-ups have been performed. We're ready for a batter, and we're underway. Along with me, Tanner Smith. Tanner, how you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good. We're trusting to see how this first pitch goes.
All right, so we're underway.
And that is a delayed called strike.
Yep, called strike 0-1 on Manuel. Of course, DeMichael on the mound. Rogers behind the plate. And we'll get around to the rest of your defensive setup here in just a second. Next pitch is a little bit high.
No, delayed strike call again.
That was a strike. Hey, we'll take that, Tanner.
0-2.
So, gets a lot of time out there.
1-2 the count here, top one at Taylorville.
Off speed.
And that time she missed. And courtesy paying attention to the umpire right here, he made two delayed calls.
Well, Tanner, we're going to give him a little leeway today. Maybe it's the heat. The 1-2.
No, that's
that
high.
misses. 2-2 to even the count here, top one. Manuel, the batter for Pleasant Plains. Right-hand batter comes in, comes set, and here's the 2-2 delivery from DeMichael, and it is fouled off. We'll do that again. The count remains 2-2.
So this first batter taking up 5 pitches. So far, she got called 0-2 start and then 2 high pitches up.
And the delivery.
And the fouls out.
Foul again. We'll do it again, Tanner.
Yeah. This is the sixth pitch of the at-bat.
Sometimes, but then I also get sensitive to heat, so be careful what you wish for.
All right, the delivery's popped up on the infield to the second base, and Kitzman comes down with it for the first out. So, leadoff Manuel flies out to the infielder, Kitzman, to record that first out here at Taylorville. One down.
And that was a good fight there from the batter, 7 pitch at bat before Kitzman got her to fly out on the infield. And a ground ball is hit past the infield, gloved it in by Kylie Hunsons to keep the runner on first. That was the first pitch swing.
Yep, nice hit up the middle. Nice single.
Side. Pleasant Plains wearing red paint, very Pawnee-ish on the uniforms.
Oh, that's right.
Red
and Sophie Rogers could not get her hands on the ball and stolen base and run to second. Sophie had a little trouble getting that ball out of her hands now.
You got it, Tanner. So you just want to call the balls and strikes? Is that what we're going to do?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And that's ball.
Change up, misses high.
On deck, Kate Skinner, pitcher for today. We'll see her presumably bat before she pitches. Fastball.
Another delay call, 1-1.
It's kind of a maneuver I haven't really seen before. It seemed like she ducked, but also leaned forward.
Yes, because that's what makes sense. Move out of the way of the ball by moving into it. Here's the pitch.
And the ball is swung on line to falls down for base hit. Got to get the ball around. Run coming in to score from first.
Take forever. I thought she was going to be in way sooner.
Yeah, so the run crosses the plate. The ball gets by Ella Reese out in right field, and the batter ends up at third. She records her RBI for the first one. We have a score of 1-0, 1 out here in the top of the first.
RBI triple there, you will call that.
Take it to right field, and then as for Ella Reese in right field, she just went for it, beat her to the bounce, and difficult to recover.
And another first pitch swing and a fair ball. And she is, after her RBI hit, 1 run is in. She's going to 2, and she got picked off because she hesitated in that she started a motion towards second, and the ball from Taylorville got in quick and able to get her picked off after she went to halfway. So
Yep, Tanner, the run scored. She was thinking about legging that out as double. The left fielder made simple cam made a quick transfer in, and they just got her leaning a little too much.
2-0, but 2 down, and here comes the pitch.
Off speed and up high, ball one.
And that's
And now
Ball
DeMarco
one.
just has to kind of settle down and just take it one pitch at a time. It can be easy to kind of lose track of things.
ball 2.
Yep, fastball missed just outside on that.
Quadrant, and it's ball, 2-0 count. Michael, quick moving quickly.
And get her this ground ball towards third and
Didn't get through, and the base
gets through. And
Yeah, another one gets by hard in that time. You don't need to hit it too hard in Pleasant Plains, and
Yep, so that was a chopper towards the hole, just out of range from Harden. Another base hit for Plains. Still 2 down, top 1. Scores 2-0.
2 outs. Here in the top of the first, 2 runs already in. Michael trying to limit the damage. Davis takes her lead at first. Here's the pitch from the circle up high. It's a ball. 1-0 count.
The fastball's just high. Ball 1.
Coming up for Taylorville, we're going to Liv Rivera, Peyton Michael, and Kylie Himes is swinging off on the 1-2-3. We'll see them here in just a moment. This is the
and a strike.
called strike, never mind.
And
strong first 3 for Taylorville.
1-1's the count.
Now,
There you go, Tanner.
The 1-1.
And a high base hit down in the center field. Himes
More towards center. Kylie picks it up and throws
gets it to Harden and get the ball back in, and that will leave the runner first and second with 2 down
right, and
after
really taking
2 strikes to take the pitch, and Pleasant Plains coming out hot bats.
maybe just drip
So 2 on, 2 out. Himes does a good job there getting that ball back in on the infield.
And Nestler will come up now. Trying to keep the streak of hits alive.
Still 2 away. DeMichael comes set.
And the pitch. In there for a strike.
And that's a strike.
Our umpire does not make any hand gestures when he calls a strike. He just yells it. So, be a few second delay when we try to announce this, especially on close plays. Here's the pitch from Michael. In there for a strike as well. So 2 count, 2 outs.
Actually, just now he made the signal, but waited a few seconds to actually put the arm on.
Darn kids.
Yeah, so if DeMichael here eliminated damage, getting the batter swing and misses, then Taylor will head into the bottom first with Javier DeMichael and
Pleasant Plains 2. Taylorville coming up. You're listening to Duke Country.
Go ahead, finish her out, Tanner.
forgot the third batter name, so that's why
Well, that's all right, but we got away with 2 runs.
2 runs there. Couple of I will not really say they were hard hits from Pleasant Plains. They were just well placed. Lots of them. I mean, that place down there in right field, I thought if Ella was a little bit closer, would have gotten it. And I just think they just outplaced. They didn't out-hit us. I just think they outplaced us the ball in terms of the perfect spot.
There's some good pieces of hitting there, and I'm sure DeMichael's a little thankful that only 2 runs scored, leaving 2 stranded to get out of that top of the first. So we'll head into bottom 1 coming up.
All right, come back.
Welcome back to Taylorville Tornado softball here. 2-0 lead for Pleasant Plains. Jumped out quickly, courtesy of 5 hits. Really didn't do a whole lot. An error really caused a whole lot of the problems. But otherwise than that, Taylorville got out of there relatively unscathed considering all the damage. If you give up 5 hits in an inning, generally you're going to be in trouble. But Taylorville able to get away with quite a bit there in that first inning.
And set to lead off for Taylorville,
DeMichael getting
number 22, her usual number for lots of sports, Liv Rivera, on the 4 seniors, set to
Take our first
leave.
look at Kate Skinner. She
All right, so your lineup is Javera, DeMichael, Himes, Rogers, Harden, Kitzman, Sippelkamp, Heberling, and Reese. Javera's in the box, ready to get some of these runs back for Taylorville. First pitch is in there for a strike.
Strike.
She struck out a lot of batters this season, and that's how it's happened.
go. Gonna have to
0-1 to Rivera.
Here's the pitch. Ground ball. That's going to. Oh, they call it a foul.
Ball rolled into fair territory, but it hit Rivera in the
In the-
box, so umpire made the call there. 0-2, though, the hole that Rivera has dug herself into in this first at bat of the
Yeah.
for Taylorville. The pitch
Up. Ball one. 1-2 strikes.
just missed.
Good eye from Liv on a dangerous pitch.
Yeah, those fast pitches, you don't have time to really figure out where it's going to go.
Misses again. Count even.
No
to
fastball.
And it's the sort
2
of
and
thing
2.
pitcher control.
And if I'm Pleasant playing pitcher, I'm probably gonna adjust it. Use went to your spot twice, has not been called without swinging, and that ball is popped up
Us.
and no play.
Behind it.
Now Liv quickly got her put back in the count after 0-2 start.
I was ready for it.
Yeah.
I braced for the noise.
You raced for the noise?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I was relatively
You were
calm.
good. You were good.
Yeah, those of us who listened.
This is the sixth pitch of the AP, and that ball is missed, and Liv has fired her way back to full count.
Liv has worked this back to a full.
Count 3-2 in the bottom of the first for Taylor. Now she's got to watch the zone
Up and in, and Liv takes a base.
and up and in, and that pitcher, that was a 8 pitch at bat there from Liv Favela after 0-2 start.
Yeah, and what a way to battle back from being in the hole to work it full, foul balls included, and she found her way with base on balls to start off this home half of the first.
Pitcher versus pitcher as Michael digs in here against Skinner versus Skinner.
And DeMichael puts down a bunt, and sacrifice bunt will work as she'll be out, but Havera is in the scoring position for the third batter. Looks like is that Heimsness?
Riley Heimsness.
The
Guy that can put a charge into a pitch.
center field this evening.
First pitch from Skinner is low for a ball. Strike zone seems relatively small. Rivera takes the lead off at second, and the pitch in the dirt.
Yeah, and that's 2-0 count. Looks like the umpire zone is unfriendly there, Mr. Hohenstein. It's not given.
Up high,
See?
ball 3.
And after Liv Favela battle back, now that's 6 straight balls thrown by Pleasant Plains pitcher.
Yep, take sign.
Right now. Heimsness.
Easier said than done.
Yeah.
That's strike one.
Yeah, it seemed like I was just saying that Heimsness was beginning to show like she was going to bunt, but then pulled back.
Called strike two and full count again.
So the Plains pitchers work the count back to full after falling behind
Full.
3-0. Here in this bottom half of the first, we do have a runner in scoring position. One down.
Count here on 3-2-1.
Blast off.
Thank you. In the dirt, ball 4.
And 2 back-to-back walks there from the Pleasant Plains pitcher and Taylor.
Now have walked, and that's going to bring up Sophia Rogers.
It's early in the game, but see if Peyton Skinner really settles in, or if this pitching becomes a trend. That's 2 walks already for 3 plate appearances.
And that ball
Third base side now to play.
hit out of play there from
So, with only 1 out, runners at first and second. Here's the pitch.
and that one's taken high.
Up high again. Another ball.
And that
Pitch mostly going high from Skinner.
1 ball, 1 strike.
1
1
strike.
out here in the bottom of the first. Skinner's pitch.
and that
Strike 1 on the upper quadrant.
strike 1 there.
I think that's 1 and 2, Tanner.
1 and 2 is the count.
Yep, you were close.
And the pitch.
And she swings and misses, and 2 down.
Absolutely set down Sophia.
Yeah, I'm surprised she swung at that. We've seen the higher pitches, and with that speed, really hard to make contact.
And now Lily Harden celebrating her 18th birthday today. Happy birthday, Lily. There's the pitch. Up for a ball.
Ball 1.
Trying to figure out a way to get those runners over as especially with 2 outs. Base will do it, but can't get the sacrifice anymore. That one comes in.
And hits the batter. Now Taylorville will
Yeah, bases loaded, my friend.
load the bases, and
Another one of those pitches.
it seems like both pitchers here, Mr. Jones, are not able to get out to a fast start in terms of 1, 2, 3 inning. Both had a little bit of base traffic there.
Yeah, and let's hope Kitzman could come in and drive some runs in and at least score this thing, make it an even game. It'd be great to take a first inning lead here against Pleasant Plains.
Oh yeah.
Kitzman.
Yep.
And the pitch.
And
Up high, ball
pitch
one.
taking a high for ball 1.
A 1-0 count here with 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. 2-0 lead for Pleasant Plains. Cardinals set. Skinner pitches outside.
Yeah, outside 2 balls and no strikes
Bringing those pitches down.
on Kidsman. Taylor again loaded the bases with 2 walks
You know how fast
in
he
the
can throw. Here's the-
1 walk and a hit batter, and then 3 got a green light here for Kidsman. Do you think this is a take pitch here?
Oh, this is absolutely a take pitch here. She's not swinging at this. It'd be great to get the base on ball, get the RBI.
Kind of a catch-22.
There, it looks like she got it. All right, 3-1. Now she has a green light.
Did our
3-1 count.
3-1 count?
Bases are loaded. Tornadoes everywhere. Here's the pitch.
And that
Strike 2, another full
it's
count.
strike 2.
Nice pitch right down the middle. That would have been a good one to
Skinner's coming around here.
put into right center. Let's see if Kitzman here can
Going behind.
drive a ball somewhere, get some runs in for Taylorville. The pitch. Oh,
And
she goes down and
swings and
swings. That'll
misses.
in
First inning.
the inning for the Taylorville Tornadoes. So
Bases loaded. We head to the top
with
of the
bases
second.
loaded, failed to score. We head into the top of the second here at Taylorville. Tanner, so you're getting ready to graduate. Tell me what's on your mind.
I don't know. I'm probably looking at probably going to Lakeland. So definitely not missing no school, but definitely missing some time on TV. I got asked to do this freshman in front of the camera my freshman year, so just loved it ever since. So it's something to look forward to. But in terms of time on TV, probably bum my eyes out, and because I know that final time I'll be leaving in that classroom is coming as a student. There's always, if you can always come back, but come back, now it's always different, and it's just is in terms of getting a full what's the broadcast playing, and then when I come back, and then you're just like, yeah, you can do it, and then you don't have the guy in class anymore, so I'm like, I don't know what to do, and I come back, so.
Well, you will figure it out, Tanner.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Only 2 runs to show for
Mr. Homicide there, sitting here right next to me, he.
That's right.
This is our first game calling together, right?
Yeah.
And it kind of sounds like it too. All right.
Yeah. I'd have never. I kind of never. I'd have never called in the game, but here we go. In the top, the second,
Yep. What's the score, Tanner?
2-0 in favor of the Plains.
You got first pitch
And
popped
first
up, and that's
pitch is
going to drop in
popped up.
for a single.
It's going to fall for Texas
But she got it.
out and right.
She let it drop, but she got it back. Causes give up a leadoff single, but nothing else.
So difficult for any of them to get to it.
Just a little looper that moved out towards the hole out and right. Another base hit. The 6th in 7 batters. The 6th hit, 7 bats. We'll see Peyton Davis, center fielder, in now. Here's the pitch.
And then the Michael couldn't turn two, but
Second, nobody was over there, so has to just take the 1 out.
she took the shirt out at first, courtesy of the batter able to get a sacrifice. There was a sacrifice there and get the runner into scoring position, kind of like what Taylorville had in the bottom of the first inning. We couldn't capitalize. Hopefully, Plains.
Yep. DeMichael looked at second and took the shirt out at first. No one was there, and they certainly wouldn't have turned a double play. So next batter faces a swinging strike here in top of 2 in
Just
Taylorville.
underway here in Taylorville, Illinois. Glad to have you with us here this afternoon.
Yeah. So now she steps back, take a couple of swings. Now she is in the box. The next pitch from DeMichael
Inside.
It's
Call for a strike.
called for a strike. 0-2 count.
He had to think about it for a little bit. He got it.
Now has
and wondering if that frustrating the batters. You know, you took
Michael.
forever to
Out. Ball one.
make the call, and then the batters are like, yeah, I know that's a ball already, and then the umpire's like,
Too much in this half.
nah.
So, one ball,
So
two
the
strikes.
delay kind of hurt the pitchers, and then
Cranked out towards
and to left field, and then long throw comes in towards Rogers, and good play there from the
and keeps the run
right field
Left fielder.
fielder.
Simple camp. She got the
Simple
ball
can't be
in.
able to now Table will load the bases. Imagine they'll drop the infield in with one. Well, I don't know if you can turn a double play. Would you drive your
You're going
infield
to get
in?
that out at home. So runners on first and third, one away. Taylorville doesn't want to give up another run. They're going to be set for the bunt.
shows bunt.
And
They're
take
giving
the
the runner on
strike.
first, giving her second, and the infield will continue to come in and make sure that they get that play at home.
That's right.
Yeah,
And I imagine on contact, the runner on third will be running. If it's hit on the ground, right?
yeah,
Yep.
right. And
Oh,
another
great
ball
hit.
and a great hit. Hole finder. One keeps it
No.
within one, and the throw comes in to the Michael, the cutoff man, and
She showed bunt during the first pitch. She
Yeah,
pulled
and
back,
then-
squared up, and hit it right in between first and second base. Reese gets it at
Yeah.
nonetheless. Both runs score, and it is 4-0. And
One for one.
the Plains with the lead here in the top of the second.
Out and right. In the Cubs-Dodgers game, the left fielder had 3 errors.
Oh, and they have her.
Now
She's
the
going to get
picked
second.
up, throws over to second, not in time.
Yep.
Had her picked up.
So the pitch, she was dead to rights, kept running, throw down to first, not in time, throw to second to try to get the out, not in time either. So another runner in scoring position for Plains.
Skitowski digs in from the near side.
and that pitch is taken high.
Yeah, that's not
One
something you see
player,
all that often.
one
Yeah.
player having that many errors in a game. Skitowski gets ready to go here.
And set the next pitch, and that pitch is popped up, and it looks like Ella Reese able to make that catch, and the runner tacks up from third
She does not go. Great job
Safe.
on that.
Safe.
Flyout.
at third
Will keep the
with the tack up. Now Taylor will take 2 down in the top the second
2 outs
with 2 run already in.
for that run. As
Get those where you want them, Tanner.
has a
There
chance
you go. Get comfortable, kiddo. There you go.
One for
Yeah,
one, got picked
so-
off trying to extend it to second.
And the next pitch swings and misses and
Yeah,
takes
slow on the swing there for pitch at least.
0-1 on the count.
Just trying to play catch up the whole time. So
And number 28 for Plains takes few swings and sets herself in the box and takes the second pitch of the AB high, and 1 is the count with 2 down, 2 runs in for Plains.
Michael, ready to go. The right-hander delivers.
And pops it up, and that is the third out, courtesy of Sophie Rogers there, and Table
Taylorville
give up 2.
gets away with quite a bit again.
Give up 2 again, but they will head to their ending
New Country went 4.1, 4-0 in favor of Pleasant Plains.
and into the bottom of the second.
There you go, Tanner.
The Royals said the Cubs had 3 errors yesterday, but they said,
The Dodgers had
Oh,
the left
oh.
fielder had 3 errors in the game.
well, the Cubs won, so they probably,
Big comeback game for them, man.
yeah, and then,
Tied it up with 2 outs in the 9th inning.
mm-hmm. Hopefully Justin Turner, the one who did it.
No, Turner didn't do a whole lot yesterday. Amaya was Tucker hit a 2-run home run that got the Cubs within 1. Amaya hit the home run to tie, and then Ian Happ got a base hit that scored Vidal Brujan that gave the Cubs the win. Big game, awesome game. Anytime the Dodgers lose, I'm all right with it.
Yeah, me too, like, they got the Cubs 0-2, but and then I feel like the Cubs took in the last 3.
And welcome back to Taylor Tornado softball here on New Country 104.1 game.
And then, well, the second inning here, and McKinley Simple Camp will set the lead off this bottom of the
We're
second.
gonna
second.
There you go. I know what I told you earlier. We'll go with that. All right.
And
That's right. And with the bottom of the order due up, this might not
this
be the inning in which it
inning
happens,
for
but
Taylorville, hopefully McKinley Central
the way
Camp
she pitched in the
provides
first
a hit
was kind of off
and
on.
putting some pressure on the defense from the Plains. And she swings, and that's a fair ball.
Goes over to first, gonna be a tough play, but they do get around
And
5-3.
Nice play by the third baseman. Hot shot there at third. She had a hard time coming up with it, but picked it up, scooped it up, threw it over to first, and just got the out. So one down. We're here in the
One down on
bottom
one
of the
pitch.
second.
One pitch, one
Yeah.
out. As a pitcher, you always love that.
That's right.
Enough time for her to throw it first.
Cam Heberling now, designated player here up to the plate.
And she takes a strike. An 0-1 count on her.
Yep.
Cam digs in from that right side on an 0-1 count.
So Heberling at the plate with the 0-1 count. Next
And
pitch
she
is
swings, and a catch is made, and 2 down. So Pleasant Plains pitcher in the bottom of the second able to get 3 pitches, 2
And
outs.
that one just came in from the tip of her glove, and she secured it.
Now with 2 outs, Ella Reese will have a chance to try to get something going here.
So Reese is up with 2 outs here, bottom 2, and a late swing and strike 1.
Pat started swinging after the ball was almost already in the glove.
That's right. It was much like the one swing we saw in the previous half inning.
The 0-1. Ground ball over
And the ground
Now you're gonna get there.
ball, and she caught it. So the pitcher made, that was a quick inning from the Pleasant Plains pitcher there. She able to, I think she only threw like 5 pitches, able to get out a lot.
Yep, they
innings,
call
so-
that efficient, Tanner. She got in on that line drive. The pitcher recorded the out, and no runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base at the end of 2 here at THS. We're headed in the top of 3.
3. Yeah, so hopefully it's a defense trying to match that. I mean, if we can't give up 2 or less, I think we'll be okay. Because right now the first 2 innings, not
If it gets out of hand, I might.
giving up 2 every inning is not how you want to do it.
I might have you do that anyway. Once we get to a certain point.
Yeah, just say the word.
Okay.
And Pleasant Plains, pretty quick, getting ready up the bat.
Yeah.
And number 6 is batting there for the Pleasant Plains, set to lead off this top of the third for Plains.
All right, welcome back to Table Tornado softball here in a 4-0 lead for Pleasant Plains. I'll bring up Addie Davis to the plate. Davis got base hit and got stranded at second in the first inning. 1-for-1 officially in the scorebook. Top of the third, sits on an 0-1 count. Michael ready to go with the pitch.
Taken high for ball 1, brings the count 1-1. The count.
From Peyton, 1-1 count.
And then her third pitch is popped up.
Over towards the
The left side, Lily Harden makes the catch.
The birthday girl, Lily Harden, celebrating 18 years.
Congrats to her. Yeah, she's been a good friend of mine.
Then he settled in,
I will,
but got the out. So
You have a good Lily Harden story, Tanner? Anything?
Third baseman is 1-for-1 with a base hit in the first inning.
No, not early. When she called my sister a ball hawk, she thought was.
All right, that wasn't the
Funny.
story we were looking for.
But another base hit to center. She was not a story that I know, but I just like,
those fielders instead of
you know, I
base and right field.
been knowing her for a long time, and her sister can play catcher as well.
First baseman will get ready to go here with
Anna.
1 out and the
So 1 on, 1 out here, top of 3. Taylorville down 4-0.
Pleasant Plains.
And that runner on first, ready to for a
going. She
hit
was
and
moving.
run, and she was moving. Lily Harden fakes a throw, and 2 quick there from Harden, and Table gets 2 outs.
Lily Harden's been busy this inning. I'll bring up many more. More guys is 1-for-1.
So 1 on, 2 outs now.
Top of the second.
Courtesy of the pop-up.
courtesy of the
Every single
pop-up.
time in this game that
Let's go
Taylor
line
pushes
out.
for the ball,
That's more
Yeah,
of a
line out,
right?
yeah.
Yep, there you go.
Yep.
he's gonna fly.
And another first
That's a foul
pitch
ball.
swinging and heading towards their bench, and 0-1 count.
And that one made it over to the practice field, Tanner.
I couldn't see, but the Michael looks like selling it in here, Mr. Onside, after first two innings giving up 2-run in.
You're right. She's settling in. This has been a good inning for her. The second pitch, that one's just out of the zone.
And that'll be crucial.
And she's looking to get out of this one unscathed, and that's something that Taylor needs so they can get back and
the
start
game.
chipping away at this
Yeah.
lead.
Michael. Big gap between center and right. Here's the pitch.
And another pitch is fouled off in front of the plate.
So what pitch do you throw here, Tanner?
Oh, I don't know anything about the softball, but I'll
Gets
get.
a strikeout, right?
Yeah, well, see, I wasn't gonna go for that, but you definitely, you definitely don't want to throw something that's like way outside, knowing that she won't swing. But like that, getting to the swing and went wrong way, but
Because she's going to head to third.
at the third,
And runs at the corners.
runner out the corners, 2 down.
And the umpire actually
Yeah,
just got
and
a
Reese got the ball back on the infield pretty quickly there just to keep one runner in scoring position. So runners are at the corners here, 2 outs, and DeMichael desperately
anything-
wanting to get out of this inning.
Yeah, anything on the ground, probably
This will be Peyton Davis.
done it first.
Grounded into a fielder's
Even a
second.
fly out will do just.
So
And
Tanner, a lot of the same pitches you see in
short
baseball.
bunt, and swings and slaps
Tagger.
just barely,
Oh,
and could not get her. And that's a 2-out RBI.
no, just one scored there, Tanner. Runner, we're going to end up probably giving her a single on there. DeMichael comes over to cut her off, but the runner was by her. The runner from third scores on that one. Runner first advances to second base. So they're now 2 on, 2 out runners on first and second. That ups the count to 5-0 in favor of Plains.
Well, in worst case scenario, you hope Kitson needs to come over from second. But
And that
so it's an
pitch
afterthought.
taken for a ball.
The runner over on
Yeah,
first. So her
I imagine they get a hit in the books on that, but realistically, you know, the way that comes when the runner at first charges, the runner at second goes to take that out at first, and that just didn't happen.
And
so
1-1 count.
Yep.
So they'll cut you off, but and then 1 count, and the batter took a few part of the swings and sets back in the box and for the next pitch, and that pitch is swung on and foul, and the runner thought Havera touched it, but no touch. Say the umpires, and the runner will have to retreat to first and second.
Cardinals on top.
Yep, definitely foul. It's kind of hard to see from up here that far left, but it definitely foul. Good call by the umpires. We'll do it again, 1 and 2.
And that pitch, it's taken.
Outside, ball 2, count evens up.
Now, what did you notice
Two-
about
two.
that one, Tanner? Different from the other ones that she's thrown. That a little bit slower.
Yeah, a little bit slower,
So what do
but
they call that?
Spinning, I would say.
slow. No, not slow pitch.
Change up. Yeah.
And then
Slow
got
pitch is
her,
something that old men do. They play slow
got
pitch
her
softball.
up
Yeah.
top, got her high up and swings and misses, and
Getting better.
DeMichael almost got up the ending with no runs, but able to won't give up one and leave the runners stranded at first and second. And the top at the third.
Yep, we'll go into the bottom half of the third. We'll go on standby for just a minute, and we'll pick up then here on Tommy TV.
Now we'll go back to Taylor
Who?
Tornado
Yep.
softball.
Hey, are we on now? All right, so welcome back to Taylorville High School softball field on the northwest side of the complex. We're back at it for the bottom half of inning number 3, where Taylorville's found themselves in a 5-0 hole. First pitch.
With a ball
Yep.
on Rivera, and then she looks like she takes ball 2, so 2-0 count
Yep.
for Rivera.
What'd she do last time, her last at bat, Tanner?
Skinner throw a ton of pitches in that first inning. Always said they wanted to do it
I
so
forgot, but she swings and pops it up and takes a strike, and
Yeah, that one landed in front of the press box.
Yep, she took a base on balls. Remember, she came
Yeah, she
back, so
walked.
good at bat.
She-
So she's had several looks at this pitcher, and
Yeah,
she had a
several.
good cut on that one here on this 2-1 pitch. So this
Yeah.
would be a good pitch for her to hit if it's anywhere near the zone. We'll look at her to swing.
low in
and
that
that's
one was
low for ball 3.
Yep, 3-1.
You think this is a take pitch?
Nope, she has the green light right here.
So 3-1.
And she swings in a foul ball. That's
Right
the
off
second.
her ankle. That doesn't feel
That's
good,
the
does it?
second time that she fouled off with the same pitch exactly like that. So
Fine by me.
So another senior, Olivia Rivera. Tanner, do you have any Olivia Rivera stories?
she will be she makes the pop up and
Here's
she gets a
story.
hit
She's getting a single.
and single. So her line is a walk and a single. So story for her, she will be the class of 2025 speaker for graduation this year.
Yep.
So
One pitch, obviously, that first one was the
her sister did it in 23. So
willing to go at it.
Fine by me. Hayden Michael digs in from that left
Ready for
side.
that speech. I'm sure it'll be awesome.
awesome, man.
Oh,
The Michael.
Right away over towards a line drive.
Kind of a
Line
swinging
drive.
bunt. I'm not sure what that was, but she made solid contact. I don't. There's a little full swing, and that goes out into right center field. So one on,
Smart
one out.
play by Rivera. They're able to get back. That's
Yep.
why you watch.
To not get doubled up. Yep.
Riley Himes is
Well, she's listening to her base coach down there.
Rivera's still over at first.
And
Another
Himes just
senior-
takes a
smoked it.
swing, and that's another
catch it?
She caught it by the left fielder,
On that ball, but right
and
over
2
the
good
same
swings here for Taylorville.
Yeah, but two quick outs as well, Tanner. So
Yeah.
we don't want to strand Rivera there on first. So we're going to be aggressive, I'm sure, in trying to get her around and get on the board here in this third inning at Taylorville.
Yeah, absolutely. But we've shown that we can swing. We just see they had a couple. For them they're good placements. See if we had that,
One with a strikeout swinging in the first inning.
and she swings at the same pitch for Sophie. This pitcher looking at her is like, well, if I put it in the same spot 3 times, really.
Has some power.
Well, and then that ball was moving. Definitely a fastball. In the circle again, the pitch.
And
Took
that
something
pitch
off.
is popped up,
Can you see it, Tanner?
and the ball has been dropped
Oh, everyone's safe.
in fair territory. I did not quite see. Looks like she had it, but then it just got under her glove. Taylor will get a break, and they'll have first
Error, actually.
and second.
Off the glove.
All right.
She had it coming out there.
So I'll bring up Lily Harden, who was hit by pitch in the first inning.
So the birthday girl like to get a couple RBIs for her birthday here. Runners on first and second,
Oh.
2 outs.
Oh,
Bottom
absolutely, as a leader of this team.
Mm-hmm.
That's what people say
So
afterwards.
proud of you. Here's the pitch.
And the pitch is fouled back.
A little late with that swing there. Quickly 0-1.
Remember what we were talking about with the pitcher here, Skinner, earlier in the game, right? Those fast deliveries, and it had slowed down
And
a bit. At the
Lily is set after a few practice swings, and
come back a little bit.
the pitcher is
So,
set too. And here comes her delivery on this pitch, and that was way high. Harden evens the count 1-1, and
So Liv Rivera.
Yeah, and that'd be great if Harden could come through the hit here with 2 outs, runners going with the crack of the bat. Maybe we can get that second RBI with the runner on first.
and another swing there, and 2 swings have been fouled back. So
Taylorville, and that's I think the biggest thing that we're noticing is, the fastball during the first couple innings was kind of overwhelming for Taylorville. They were being patient, waiting.
she is set
Speed.
in this 1-2 pitch, and she hits it and bounced it on the ground and flipped it. It was hit on the ground, but flipped it to third, and no harm, no foul from Plains, able to get out of the bottom of the third, giving up no runs. There were 2 runners on, I believe, in that inning.
Yeah, so Taylorville's straying 2 on that 6-5 to get that last out, and Taylorville's still looking for that, what appears to be an elusive first run, and as we go into the top of 4 here at Taylorville. So I was asking you, you have any Livavera stories? Another senior here for Taylorville.
No, well, yeah, she was the queen.
You're in consumer ed with her now, right?
Yeah, see, she was also the queen in in the dance that we had in winter formal. So, and she going to Lincoln Land for college in volleyball, I'm sure, and she's gonna be good at that, what she does, and.
Yeah, I think they start practicing here. Just there's not much of a break between when they get out of school. Of course, you guys are done May 9th. The rest of us mortals have to go another week or so before graduation.
Yeah, but more of the story is we're trying to. I'm just all focusing on the 10th. To be honest with you, but
Oh yeah, what's the 10th, Tanner?
someone called the 4th annual Tommy Award. I don't know.
The 4th annual Tommy Awards. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that
What are you
is.
looking forward to most with the Tommy Awards this year?
Oh, looking forward to a lot. I'm interested to see how the underclassmen step up for the 7 senior leaves, and been putting a lot of programming. It's not over yet, so.
You're right. So top 4 here in Taylorville.
And Bun is showing, and then that Bun has been called as foul, and she got speed there.
She's fast. She squared away, and that was a good bunt. It just she got a little bit too much spin on it.
Yeah,
Played it
see,
off into
when
the-
you're bunt, you're also trying to aim. So when you're always trying to aim on the white line, then you're gonna get called either foul ball because unless you can get set on the line, and then ball 1 comes in here. And
back as the pitch comes in.
takes a swing steps back into the batter box. Here comes the 3rd pitch from
Fall over on my back.
Peyton DeMichael, and then she pitches onto the dirt. And then
2-1 count and 5-0 lead for Pleasant Plains. Cardinals scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the third. Here's
and another pitch has been lined,
towards the third base side.
and that has been caught out there by the left fielder,
That's Simple Camp out and left, right?
McKinley Simplecamp. Yeah,
And she makes the catch.
yeah.
I think that's Trevor
Yeah,
too far.
great
I had to
play.
come up a bit, and that was right on the foul line.
So that'll bring up Aspen Katowski, 1 for 2 on the day. She got a base hit, reached third on an error, and then flew out in the second inning. Eventually would score a run in that first. One of the 5
And
that have been
the
scored by
pitcher-
Plains here.
It's set, and the pitcher throws her pitch, and
Nope, it was not.
that is a strike.
First strike.
And the umpire's really throwing you for a loop.
It's driving me nuts today. You know, one could look good. I thought it was. Didn't get
I thought it was too.
Oh, 1 count, 1 out. Katowski.
And another
This is an
pitch.
off-speed
Now
ball.
that one is high. Now 1-1's the count. And both these pitchers and the batters not liking the umpires as much as they thought. The batters thought a couple times could have been ball, and then they got called for delayed, and then you're like,
Oh, it's all right, Tanner.
and then
Yeah, it's
another
all right.
hit as that didn't matter, another hit, and she gets her second hit,
Solid day going with another base hit.
another base
Yeah,
hit.
that was right up the middle.
Yeah,
Katowski
2 for 2,
saw
pitch down the
exactly
middle.
what she was looking
She
for.
capitalized on it,
Simple
got her
base hit
hands
right
over
up
through the
middle.
zone, picks up the hit here in the 4th.
Kate Skinner base hit in the first and then flew out in the second.
And the pitcher coming up here for the Pleasant Plains, and she shows bunt and gets the bunt backwards and
Foul on the bunt.
foul. But if that was a little bit up in the air, that would have been a catch.
That would have been a catch. Yep.
Rogers made one foul ball play behind the plate,
So
so
Plains wanting to do some small ball as well, get that runner over into scoring position.
yeah.
Hayden Michael on the circle for the Tornadoes.
And the pitch, and Sophie keeps her eye on the runner, and
Watching. Sophie just watching her go back.
then
It's
her-
almost taunting, isn't it, Tanner? She's
Just
taunting
said,
her.
please, I dare you to throw it. And Rogers does not. And just gives it back to Michael. 1-1 count with 1 out.
they don't.
And the pitch.
And another pitch, and
Throw down in seconds. Gonna be in the dirt. Tag is made. No, not in time.
they're not in time. They're tagged by Harden, just not in time. It was right spot, but now that steal puts the runner on scoring possession for Plains with one down, and the count is 1 ball, 2 balls, 1 strike.
Yep, and if that throw had been over on the right field side, they may have it play
And
out there on the foul ball.
1-2 pitch, the 2-1 pitch was popped up. Now it's 2-2 count, and the Michael here wanna get here before they head to.
It's on 2-2 with 1 out.
I don't know what order she's batting in, but
Pitch from Peyton.
and then she's going to third.
Runner goes to third on the pass ball.
Yep, they're going to call that a pass ball. Tanny, little difference between a pass ball and a wild pitch. A little softball trivia for you.
Yeah,
So now
pass ball is like the ball comes in and then it got by the catcher.
Yep, that's
and then
the
another
catcher.
she does blast
popped up, and Harden calls off, and she made 3 plays and keeps that runner at third.
She had already taken
That's popped up to the
tag up
second baseman there.
at third.
Yeah, nice play out, going out after the ball, coming in, and then
She had,
not being
she
allowed
had
to.
3 of them.
Yep, not tagging up and not scoring. So well done on Taylorville defense here. So
Yeah.
pass
Well,
ball, the air goes to who?
The air goes to the catcher,
What about a wild pitch? Who gets the air there?
the pitcher,
You got it,
because
Tanner.
it's wild pitch. The word pitch is in the sentence.
That is if you classify
The-
Kwiatkowski's first inning hit as
Should have thought of it that way. All right, that ball
And
is
then-
high. Either way you look at it, 1-0 here. So we're in the 4th inning here at Taylorville. Taylorville is down
top
5-0.
Yeah, what
But 5-0. See, people was a big thing, big deal, but not really, because and then oh, good effort there.
Boy,
And if that would have been caught,
right there.
that's like Chris, the Taylor softball coach, always like, hey, dive.
On that is Addie Davis.
And that's
She
why
did dive. She just
that's
didn't come up with it.
That's why you do that, and then as a coach, that's what effort you're trying to perch. Always dive.
maybe not.
Anything, it's play ball, and then the ball it's taken for strike 2.
My wife at the ER last night, she got stung by a by a wasp.
Yeah, you were telling me earlier.
I ended up at the hospital
And
about
2,
last night.
1-2,
Pitch.
and then taken high 2-2.
No, she did not.
Yeah, she thought about swinging at that one, didn't she, Tanner?
Yeah,
No, 2-2.
2-2 with 2 down.
Big pitch for Addie Davis. Here we go.
And
Nice
she
pitch.
swings and misses, and DeMichael finally gets out the inning with left 1 runner on third, giving up putting up her first 0 of the game.
Yep, so we'll go into the bottom half of the 4th, and then Taylorville looking to get on the scoreboard. Let me tell you a little bit what's going on Tommy TV tonight. So we're doing one camera. As a matter of fact, it's in a press box with us, and it kind of works in a way that if we get it on the internet, what we can do is that we can bring that into our streaming software, but we could also control it kind of like a game controller. So
Yeah.
Ben Davis is doing that back in the studio, even though this is kind of a light broadcast where we're not with 4 cameras or some of the audio and some of the things that we're doing. Nonetheless, we've got a crew with there's Tanner and I, and then
Yeah, there was Ben Davis, like you said, and
Yeah.
then Nathan.
Nathan's running
And then,
Wirecast, and then Johnny's controlling some of the audio. And
stuff.
they're kind of
so.
talking in our ears, or they should be talking in our ears.
But
Yep.
you know, maybe that's where like in terms of light crew, because I did hear somebody say like light crew sometimes do the work as much as 20 people for one broadcast. So.
Yeah, we've had that, yep.
Softball here in the bottom of the 4th inning.
So Taylor wants to get on the board here. I don't even. Nathan just said something. I'm not sure what he was even getting at. So we're having fun either way here at Taylorville. We're glad to be able to do a softball game. It's a beautiful day here in Taylorville.
Well,
and our girls are
Well,
looking
you
to get on
said
the board.
something about talking back to us how they shouldn't, and then he said he'd take offense to that,
That's what he said. All right, Tanner heard he went. I wasn't paying
and then
attention. All right.
taking a strike there from the pitcher back here in the game, and she looks at strike 2.
Call for strike 2, 2-0-2 count.
I thought that one was a bit high. Certainly back with the speed is Skinner. Oh, did you poke yourself again?
Nope.
And then that pitch was
1
low.
ball, 2 strikes.
Now, that one looked like a strike from
There are
up here.
plenty of them in here.
We just don't have the vantage point that the umpires do. You know, we're just going to assume that they're getting it right most of the time. And
Well, they are
We're up here at a different angle.
because the coach is not complaining, so you know the umpire's doing their job. So, you know, if Chris is not out here throwing it, slamming on the bat, starts complaining, then you know.
Hope struck
Chris
out
wouldn't
first
do
inning,
that.
one of the today. Here's the pitch.
I don't know.
2-2 is high. That one's definitely high. We can call that before he calls it, right?
Yeah, 3-2.
Yeah, at the top, or bottom of the fourth.
And no outs here. It seemed to me this has been a take pitch, but she falls back
What do you mean a take pitch? It's full count. You can't take that.
About that.
She fouled
for
that
count.
one off, yeah.
Who is that? Who is that? Is that
Considering they got fouled. up,
Kins?
back-
Is that number 3? Is
towards the
that
backstop.
Hope Kidsman or?
The 3-2 on
Yep.
Kissman.
3-2. Yeah, 3 Skitzman.
And she swings and misses.
Strikeouts for Hope.
Yeah, and that may have been out of the zone a little bit, just high, a little outside, but you don't want to definitely go down swinging backwards. Okay, you've got to protect there, and
Yeah.
she just come up on the short end of that. So that was actually a good pitch for that first out.
Has had a couple of amazing plays out in the left field. She's been our Nicole Patrick Country Financial Player of the game before.
So Simple Camp up the plate.
And swings and grounds it
Grounds that one over towards short.
shortstop and makes the play, and quickly 2 down.
Yeah, it was a good play on the shortstop. It was a
And
hard
that's
hit ball.
6 pitches for the pitcher, and 6 pitches, 2 down.
And I don't blame Simple Camp for trying to take a deep
Yeah, and
play.
you know, pitches is a bigger deal to track in baseball than it is softball. Tanner.
So Kim Hepperling will come up. She flew out to the pitcher in
Nice
the first
pitch.
in the second inning.
Yeah, that pitch has got.
He does. He does. He waits a minute though. That was clearly a strike, but he wanted the drama on that. So 0-1 to Heverling. You're in the bottom of the fourth.
And then that 0-2 now, as she swings the same pitch here. Kind of low, but no.
The 0-2.
And that swings up top.
We head to the top of
And that's a 1-2-3 ending for the pitcher from the Pleasant Plains.
You know, so in between the last 2 innings is we'll be heading now into the 5th inning, Tanner.
The top of the 5th.
Right. You know, so we talked about the audio going on here and just what goes on to get a broadcast, even one that's not as complex as perhaps some of our others, but
Yeah.
with someone controlling a
Yeah.
camera, and then we have someone trying to control the audio, and then
Yeah,
also trying
yeah.
to control what's going on, even with one camera on
Yeah,
our streaming
but
software.
see, everything has to start with the camera. Whether, see, me and you doing this job courtesy of the camera, see, that's what we learned of the program. Like, you want to live stream anything? Yeah, it all starts with a camera.
Well, what's the most important part of the video, Tanner?
Well, it wouldn't be audio. I probably like
You gonna disagree with me on that one?
I never heard of audio, so I don't know if so but no it is audio, but what's most important in terms of live stream? What's the number one thing that you need? Can't be audio if the fans can't see what's going on. That's not what they'll be asking.
All right, Tanner.
Like, no, it is audio, but you kind of see what I'm saying. Like, they wouldn't be asking, how's the audio going if they can't see the game?
All right, game on, Tanner. 5th inning.
And taking that pitch for a ball in the top of the 5th. Like, you said game on because I got you there. You wanted to say audio. Well,
softball, 5-0 lead for Lexi Shimkus and the 8-4-1.
and that's a strike.
State in 2005, the very first YouTube video was uploaded on this day.
Oh yeah, I remember Grayson Bauman telling me about that.
And 1 ball, 1 strike, just getting started and swing and a bunt, and somebody covers first, and she just beat her by a step.
Yep, nice play. That's a 3 unassisted for the first out of the top half of the 5th.
But see, with that type of hit as a pitcher, your job was to be getting back there covered. So that way the first baseman.
Yeah, well, and then you also saw the second baseman move, and then, of course, the first baseman, too, goes over as well. But unassisted, that is the way that's recorded for that first out.
And that is the catcher doesn't know. The catcher is like, yeah, you're going to call a ball, so I hold it enough, but
That's right.
I'm not going to get a strikeout. See, the catcher thinking everything was a ball, but she's getting lots of calls on delay from the umpire and another wild pitch.
Well, that one bounced in there, so definitely not a
Wild
expected-
pitch,
The game is gone, and still plenty of
but you wouldn't consider it as a pass ball.
No, neither or.
tricked as well, though you haven't necessarily.
It's just a ball in the book on that one, Tanner. Nobody advanced.
Yeah.
Nobody scored.
Well, there's nobody on, so you can't advance.
There
When you
you
get
go.
on and
That's
ball
what I'm getting at, Tanner.
2,
Plains scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and was silent in the fourth.
for the first time today, so Taylorville been putting pressure on in the offense. They couldn't come through, and that pitch is high, popped up. Shortstop Lily Hard on her 18th birthday with another catch. She made lots of those here in the game. Like
How many unassisted putouts has she had? So there's at least 3, but
I counted 5. So
I don't doubt that you're right, Tanner.
she caught a line out that you couldn't
And we're
use.
back to back 2.
Yeah, yeah.
Feels like they should have way more than what they do.
Yeah,
But taking strike. So the first two batters for Pleasant Plain in this inning, the Michael able to get him a 0-1 count on both of the batters. So
Here for Pleasant Plains. Sets the pitch.
and then swings and foul. That was foul. That was no barely. That was foul. He didn't even get it on the white.
The 0-2 count.
That's why I'm standing, because I can see. You can't see because the whites, some of the whites are brown, but and then another pitch was taken for a ball.
Tough pitch to lay off right there, man.
Yeah, that is tough. Where you see it come out of the hand, if you're the batter, you think that's going to catch the zone, or at least you want to think that.
And another pitch was taken and a call, strike 3, and the Michael gets hurt. Backwards K of the game.
5-0 favor of Pleasant
Yep.
Plains. You're listening to New Country 104.1 back in a little bit.
But you kind of see like throwing both the hitter and the pitcher off here because you hold it for so long and then not getting called, and then you're like, okay, and then you get called late, and then as a batter, then you get in called early enough. So they got both teams have to be adjustment to the, I guess you would say, to the umpires in terms of not they're anticipating a call all the time, and you.
So Tanner, now that they're all in the dugout, what's Coach Durham saying to them right now to inspire some runs here in this home half of the 5th?
Just I'll say just get the ball down, like trying to get some hits together, and then like they're not like they have just need to be better placements in terms of. And then for the Plains, you're done keeping this team off the board.
Bottom of the 5th
So-
inning here as we get ready to go with Peyton Davis. Or sorry, not Peyton Davis. My goodness. Ella Reese up to the plate. Reese 0 for 1 officially with the flyout.
And she swings at the first pitch, fouls back.
0-1 count.
These last 2 half innings have been really quick. It's like speed running a video game.
You know, you didn't know what we pressed the button and it made the speed go X2.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
It's our fault. Missed the pitch.
And another pitch,
Ball 1.
it's taken for a ball.
Speed runs among the early videos posted on YouTube. Like it
Yep,
was
that evens the
20
count
years
at
ago.
1-1.
Yes, my man.
And Reese takes a couple swings, steps back into the box for the third pitch, and that pitch is taken
I get it now.
for another ball, and 2-1 for Reese.
2-1
Yep,
count.
fastball low and inside, just missed. This would be a good pitch to swing for Reese. Right here, let's see what happens.
And
She about tried to wear one to get down
she
to first.
took a strike
Did they
and
call it a
2-2
strike?
count. Yeah, it was again a delayed call.
Looks like she was going in like to wear one to get hit by pitch. I guess
2-2.
she is hugging the plate a little bit. Fouls
And
the
she
ball off,
barely tipped it on her bat and stays alive,
Area that was set up by Pleasant Plains.
looking for another pitch.
Pressure didn't fall off.
2-2 count. As continues to battle at the plate, Ella Reese does. Here's the pitch.
And that pitch,
Or
chopper over to third, and
picked up by Shimkus. Throws over to
Shankus, and it
Westwood.
throws it over to first. 2 down in the bottom of the
They tried to be
5th.
aggressive there.
Yeah, and you just
I don't think
their
it was the best
defense
pitch
is
to swing at least not
they're
for
solid
the
tonight, Tanner. They're coming up with all the fouls.
Yeah, only
all
the
balls.
error they made it for them was the ball drop in fair territory off the glove of their shortstop. Other than that, it's been solid, like you said.
It didn't hurt them, and there's one out here in the home half of the 5th inning.
And that pitch taken by Rivera was a ball. and she takes a strike.
Sorry, 1 ball and strike.
Seems like a similar place.
So for those of you keeping score at home, we're back to the top of the lineup for Taylorville. This will be Hoover's third at bat. We don't have any info in front of us, but Tanner, but that's that.
Fouled off
And a foul
It's right up
back.
here.
space side.
Oh yeah. Yeah, and Rivera did draw her
Must have went there, you know,
walk.
think that they'd
Yep.
try to
First
and
at bat.
got in her first at bat and got stranded in the 1-2 count on Rivera.
Yeah, but she was 2-2.
And takes
actually,
another ball that's high.
Count evens up.
officially 1-on-1 for the day, though she did reach in the first with a walk. So this is her third at bat, and she finds herself in a 1-2 count.
So yeah, these batters going through the order now for the third time.
Taking another pitch, and this is the
Starts to get
2-2 count, and she 3-2 count. My bad, as the scoreboard was incorporating. So this is the second time she able to go down 0-2 and gets another pitch popped up and behind home plate, and
Oh, that's yours. You had
Right
it.
in front of you, Tanner. You could have caught that one, buddy.
but yeah,
Would that have been an out if you would have caught it?
Yeah, I need the district.
yeah, but
Well, you don't want that then. You don't want.
Over again.
Liv Rivera able to fight that off and take with the seventh pitch at the at bat coming up.
And
They may have even heard the thump of it hitting the
almost
press
up to
box here.
window level of
So
press box.
again, another 3-2.
And she chases down the slider. The ball has been dropped, and the catcher throws over to first to record the second out.
Or strikeout 2-3.
Yeah, there's a change up on there. Olivia was out in front on that with her swing and
Bring up Peyton DeMichael.
comes up with the K.
2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th.
Pitcher versus pitcher.
Dun, dun,
So
dun.
2 down now.
Also, I
DeMichael's wanting to get something started here.
Yeah,
Probably
she
the
did
troops
have a
behind her.
sacrifice, a bunt, lay down sacrifice, and she runs up and takes a strike.
Still called for a strike.
Yeah, and that's one of the advantages you have with a left-handed batter. You have an extra couple steps towards first base, and if you're fast, you get the ball down, then you're going to get a hit. So let's
Yeah.
see what she does here.
And she pops it up, and that is caught by the center fielder for the Plains, and
Number 3.
no harm, no foul, and another 0 is put up by the Pleasant Plain pitching staff.
Nothing in favor
Yeah,
of
they call that no runs, no hits, no errors, and
Plains.
obviously no one left on base here at the home half of the 5th. So we go in the top of the 6th here at Taylorville. Taylorville
Yeah.
behind Pleasant Plains,
5-0.
5-0.
But DeMichael has been selling in, but selling in two scoreless innings. So
Okay.
it's been Pleasant Plain, they have their first like 7 out of the 8 batters of the hit, and then scored the first 2 innings and slowed down a little bit on their offensive end.
Yep, and Taylorville needs to get something going offensively. They're starting to run out of time, Tanner.
Yeah. And only got the 7th inning here in high school softball. So the
Only go to 7th in college.
Is what? What did you say?
7th in college as well.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
10 seconds.
and the throw down on the warm up from Rogers. I mean,
And
she had a couple of good behind the plate in terms of blocking the ball in front.
Know that Leroy was going to have me do the main commentary in this half inning, although we had discussed that we might switch off at some point in this game, but I'll be doing the play-by-play, I guess, the rest of the way, alongside Leroy Klimola. We're in the top of the 6th inning here at the THS.
All right, so we're going to go 1, 2, 3 here in the 6th, right, Tanner?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah, right.
You sure are.
Michael's set in the circle, and
on
here's the
the-
first pitch.
And that first pitch is fouled off
She squared around on that to bunt it.
It looked like.
and bunted, and then the ball went foul.
you know, at the high school level, you don't have a whole lot of gear to protect yourself. It came right off the end. And, that's going to sting.
That does.
Um,
We saw it twice from Taylorville earlier.
Check it out.
1
Counts 0-1
Ca-
now.
on 1 count. The next delivery from DeMichael swings and misses,
Attempted to swing.
swing and misses, and 0-2 count.
Decent
And
Yeah,
DeMichael-
you see her doing that run up and just trying to put the ball into play and then beat that out. So
Yeah.
fast runners can get away with that, especially if they're batting from the
From the
left-handed side.
left hand side, and another swing and swings and misses, and DeMichael gets her second K of the game.
Yeah, first one was a backwards K. That was a swing and a miss for
I believe
the
on
out.
the first four pitches there. So
Really probably would have been a ball, but she had already committed. And that high pitch.
and
was so
Tavo
good.
gets 1 down. So
That's right. So we're close. There's one
And another hit, foul ball, grabbed it by
Left field.
Chopper foul, Tanner.
Rounded over there, right towards
and then the Michael.
Okay.
Tried to get in front of it and instead sent it back the other way, and as she did, kind of spun around to the ground.
Manual 1 for 3 in this game.
And another hit is up in the air. The center fielder, Kylie Himesness, makes the catch. And 2 down.
Over to her left to make the catch.
Yep, so she got a good read on that. As soon as the ball was hit, Himesness was moving in the right direction, and a can of corn for her out playing center field today. So, nice play, 2 up, 2 down here, top 6. Again, Taylorville finds themselves trailing 5-0 here against Pleasant Plains. This would be nice to go 1, 2, 3, and then come back and get some runs on the board.
Oh, yeah, you got 2 innings to do it. So here's a ball that was taken outside. 1-0 count, and the Michael
3 today with a couple base hits.
2 for 3 today, huh?
Scored the game's first run as well. Also had 2 stolen.
And another hit for her 3rd hit of the ball game. Himesness gets cut off and chops it in, and then the pitcher will back it up, holds her to a single.
Yeah, just a good piece of hitting there. Went with the pitch, put one out in left center for the single here. So let's see if DeMichael can get out of this slight jam, we're going to call it here in the top half of the 6th. We'd love to get back into the dugout and get the bats and put them to work. So
Yeah, absolutely.
Didn't know about that. Well, here is Aspen Katowski,
Taking in the pitch, and that pitch is called a strike.
takes the first pitch.
And the runner thought about going, and now hits back.
Dowski 2 for 3, including reaching 3rd on an error and scoring a run, fly out in the 2nd, and a base hit in the 4th.
Murphy is at first.
First, and she's taken off, and the throw is
good
down.
throw. Oh,
and,
good throw would have got her.
And
Catch would've
now
got-
she's going towards 3rd. Himesness fakes the throw, and
They
the
would have had her at 2nd, but they throw.
The ball beater is on the right side of the bag, a catch and a tag, and Taylorville's out of the inning. Instead, was runner on 3rd, 2 outs. Count is 0-1.
Run from Delaney.
none. If you can make a pitch that will put the ball in play just in the air while on the ground, it's still
Well, they had it there.
stranded here at 3rd with
1-1 now to Katowski.
There is 2 outs though, so this is.
and another hit, and
That
that's
comes
a
back to haunt him on that one.
nice
That easily
2-out hit. And brings the score 6-0 in favor of the Pleasant Plains again.
Another solid piece of hitting on behalf of Plains. Nothing fancy there. Hard hit ball up the middle. Scores a runner from 3rd to plate the 6th run of the game for Pleasant
I
Plains.
believe they called that
that consistency.
play, like
Roll on here with
at bat,
first pitch.
discipline there at the plate with her eyes, and
The Pleasant
So
Plains
if in-
pitcher who so far has
just
shot out.
gets pick her pitch and she wants and just hit him out. So they, and another pitch is popped up, and the 3rd baseman Havera makes the catch and gets Taylorville
To
out of trouble
miss the side.
in the bottom of in the top of the 6th.
One more run for Pleasant Plains.
Yeah,
Now
so
in 6th
Rivera came over, had to contend with the fence. Of course, I'm sure the coaching staff was talking her through that. She made a good play to get that 3rd out. So 1 run on a hit, 1 left on base. There was an error, and we go into the home half of the 6th.
6, and still
Go ahead, Tanner.
we still had no homers yet in this game.
Were you wanting to see a homer? Is that what you thought you were going to
Yeah,
see a homer?
from Taylorville.
Okay, who's going to be? If you're
I
going to
don't
hit one, who's going to hit it?
Hopefully, one of the 4 seniors gonna hit it and then get to keep that ball.
So who are the 4 seniors playing for Taylorville today?
Well, we mentioned Lily Hardin and Liv Havero. Haven't mentioned Sophie Rogers one couple times, and then Kylie Himesons. So, and good to see them all 4. And they did get the win on senior night, the 16th of April. So,
Yeah.
This game, I feel like it's going pretty fast. It started at 4:30. And
They're back here at the Taylorville High School softball field on New Country 104.1, bottom of the 6th inning.
So who's going to lead off for us, Tanner?
looks like it's Himesons, the center fielder.
It does. Again, one of the seniors, multi-sport athlete here at THS.
Speaking of
She is winding down her athletic career here.
Yeah, speaking of she's the 3rd for Taylorville basketball to pick up her 1,000 point and takes a strike here.
You have a good Kylie Himeston story, Tanner?
I gotta stop.
Oh, no.
No, you asked by all of them. I mean, Kylie is a good athlete. Watched her play basketball the times and takes a ball there.
1-1. We haven't seen
And-
pitches go into the dirt from Skinner so far in this game. They've usually been on the higher side.
And that's been a little bit different than what we saw at the beginning of the game.
And the pitch is on the ground and grounded back to the pitcher and turns and throws.
And good reaction.
Yeah, Taylorville just can't catch a break. They're putting the ball in play. Plains is just playing great defense. I mean, pitcher had to come across her body there, and she did it, stabbed it, threw it over to first for the out. So one down here in the bottom of the sixth for Taylorville, which
Well, from
brings up
Heinzman's to
Rogers.
another senior, Sophie Rogers, the catcher for
What you have to
today's game, and she swings on the first one and
pitch is
fouls
foul
back.
towards the home plate fans. It's 0-1.
Sophia Rogers officially 0 for 2. She reached first in the third inning on an error.
And struck out the first time up. 0-1 pitch.
And another
And
pitch
foul
is
back
popped
in
up.
exactly identical fashion, except maybe a little bit further
Yeah,
back.
she finds herself in the hole 0-2. So she'll shorten up that swing, try to put something in play, beat it out, and get something going here in this home half of the sixth.
Keep anything
Oh,
close
absolutely.
at bay.
Yeah, that confidence not quite paying off.
And they're taking a
He's off that
third
2
pitch
It's high up.
of the AB and for a ball.
Again, Taylorville not necessarily playing a bad game today, just have not been able to take advantage of opportunities.
And another pitch.
That
Yeah, what'd you notice about that one, Tanner?
It was a little bit high.
A little
and
bit high, but wasn't it a little bit slower than everything else, too? You know?
Yeah. The pitcher kind of slowing down, getting the pitcher, the batter right there, chasing the ball out of the zone, and finally a hit. Is that going to get down? Yes, it does for Rogers, and she rounds first and stops there. And whether started off 0-2, fights back, gets a hit.
Great piece of hitting. It's great to say that we're seeing that now on the Taylorville side of things. Let's see if we can get this going with the birthday girl.
Mhm.
As Lily Hardin, the shortstop, comes up.
And she, same as Sophie, swings out the first pitch, fouls back.
Although this one goes a little more towards the Pleasant Plains dugout.
That landed on the fence. I think if I gave Lily 100 softballs, I don't think she could do that again.
I'm not suffering.
Yeah, right,
It
right on the
landed,
fence.
it landed right on top of the fence.
Yeah.
You're right, Tanner.
And another pitch, it's taken for a ball. And that wins the count 1-1. One down in the
Oh, is it because
bottom of the
was-
sixth.
Was it correct there? 1-1 is fouled back. Actually,
Chopper
Foul
foul.
back, 1-2.
1-2.
Yep.
Rogers is at first, having singled in the previous at bat. One out here in the bottom of the sixth. Pleasant Plains leading 6-0. 1-2.
And a 2-2 pitch is fouled back.
So she's changing speeds real well. Caught her hard out on her front foot, but she just managed to foul it off to live to see another pitch.
Defensive mode.
Yeah.
Look, anything close, I'm just going to try to make contact.
This is like fourth
This
pitch
did, and just sent
the-
it right back.
at bat. Day.
1-2.
And then she
Comes back
swings
with a
and
fastball.
misses.
Pitch
Yep.
to swing at.
And that's the
Just gets
third strikeout, I believe, for
and
Plains
she's
pitcher.
in for the second out.
Yeah, do you know who the Plains pitcher is?
No.
No, me neither. We don't have any of that in front of us, do you, Tanner? You're doing well.
With that high heat.
No,
Good
but
one. And another
the
swing and miss.
first pitch swing from Kinsman
And she struck out.
fails behind the count 0-1. Now gets back in the box and
So it's an 0-1 count.
set to swing, and then the pitch is taken and
Throw back to first.
the
And
trying to pick off the first, and Sophie gets back.
Man, she wasn't even leaning that
I
bad.
don't think we've seen any substitutions in this game so far.
Nope.
So the starting nines all stayed out there.
And then another pitch just fall back. So 3 pitchers, 3 batters from Taylorville have fallen back.
Here so far for Skinner, and she's been kind of dominant on the circle.
Yeah, she has
So
been
Kitzman's in the hole 1 and 2.
Even when it hasn't
Let's
been
see if we
most
can get a
consistent,
2-out
it's
rally
done
going.
really
What do you say,
well.
Tanner? The pitch.
The pitch is fouled back.
Action got
Yep,
just
means she's right on it.
and keeps
Pitch
Kitzman
fouled
alive
straight
in this
back.
at-bat.
Again, so difficult to lay off that high heat. The pitch came up and in, and Hope Kitzman
So
in
unlike
defense mode just kind
baseball, you know, you were talking about baseball. One of the things fast pitch softball pitchers can do is have a ball that actually rises up like that, Tanner.
And another pitch, yep. And another pitch is taken for a ball. And Kinsman gets 2-2 count
It's all two.
with the runner.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. hit.
And another
So
pitcher just
again,
fall back.
that one almost hit the top of the fence again.
We're on it, man. We're on it.
Well, so is she. Out into the field over there, on the other side of that fence.
So we'll do it again. 2-2.
2-2 pitch on the deliver, and then she puts it on the ground, and
There is the first base
just in time, then out number 3 will head to the top of the 7th, 6-0 in favor of the Pleasant
No
Plains.
runs for Taylorville. We go to the top of the 7th. It's 6-0 Pleasant Plains on New Country 104.1.
All right, we're going to stand by here at Taylor.
Taylorville 6-0 and number 6.
Welcome back to the top of the 7th inning here in Taylorville softball diamond. It's that first pitch was thrown by Peyton DeMichael there for a strike.
Hit the fly out and strikeout.
And then the ball is grounded towards third down the line for a foul ball.
Just foul.
I have a much better view
Just
than
foul.
Leroy Klimola here.
That's true. I have a great angle down the first base.
So we're in the 7th. Taylorville is down 6-0. The count is 0-2. And you're all caught up now. Here's the pitch.
Stance on his swing.
And that got
Actually, Rogers unable to make the grab.
not able to make grabs, so
Keeps her front foot
1-2 the count.
is that gives him a little bit more flexibility to be able to swing and turn on a pitch, especially when that goes
And the
outside.
pitch is hit high in the air. Again, Lily Harden makes the catch
How many is that
from
for her?
shortstop. 6?
And make the grab for the first out.
Are you just making up numbers now?
No, that one.
Okay.
No.
Like, words like that. I don't know, it came to my mind.
Boy, it sounds like they're
But it worked
jamming
out
with the
well.
speaker
One out
system
and
down
now
there.
Lexi Shimkiss is
Nonetheless, we're in the 7th. There's one away. Harden, according to Tanner, takes her 6th
So red.
Fly ball
unassisted
out.
out. Yep.
The ball game I actually didn't count, but it's a lot, so I was like, no, she has 4. I just didn't.
You did. I knew it. You were making numbers up. All right.
All right. Maybe.
Base hits and a run scored
And the
for Nick.
pitch, it's taken for a ball,
Yep. Just high.
Okay, 1-1.
and 1-1 count with 1 down.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out for Pleasant Plains, who leads 6-0.
And another pitch is
That one
popped up.
could go off the press box. I don't think it did.
It's over there.
So,
And
all right.
1
1-2 the count.
1-2 the count with
No.
2-2.
I think it's 1-2. I think whoever's on scoreboards,
Or messed it up.
yeah.
Yeah, that's not the first time this has happened in the game.
And another pitch is popped up.
Well, they're going to have to clear it. So there's a 5 unassisted to
Vera
Havera for
who
the
makes
second out.
her second play of the game after with a foul ball catch early.
Over there at third.
Yeah, that was a great play over by the fence. And here, this one's just an easy pop-up. She handles like a can of corn. So 2 down here in the top of the 7th. Again, Taylor trailing 6-0, and we're set for the pitch.
And that pitch is again swinging, and again Lily Harden calls everybody off, makes another
Is that
catch.
42, Tanner? Is that number 42?
No,
On either side of 1
no, that's
So what
her.
number would that be?
That's her 5th.
5th. Okay, we'll go with 5. I think
Yeah.
you're probably pretty close, Tanner.
Yeah.
New Country 104.1.
But she made a lot, but Taylorville's down to their final 3 outs.
Yep, so Plains doesn't score here in the top half of the 7th, and it's do or die for Taylorville now. So they need to rally something. They need to get lots of base runners. No one's just going to be able to step up, at least right now, and play the hero. So they need to find ways to get on at all costs.
Yeah, you gotta
chip
get
away at that
lead, but you gotta get on the start one and put pressure on the defense. But we'll see what they can do. Maybe they'll put 7 and walk it off in the night before they return back here Friday again versus Muhammad Seymour.
Yep.
Speaking of Friday, I do want to give a shout out to our radio news, Ben Walmsley, and our video news with Anthony Riveco and Olivia Guerin. Ty Wyman's going to compete in Bloomington. Is that correct? This
Yeah,
weekend?
so we've been real fortunate. We compete in some journalism things, and Tommy TV are sending 2 teams to state, and we'll compete in Bloomington this Friday.
And the
At the state
pitch,
level?
it's delivered to Simple Camp and then grounded to third and quick out.
Yeah, so we haven't talked much about that, but we compete in what's called video news, where we have to make a piece of content no longer than 2 minutes, has to be longer than a minute and a half, and we won our sectional, that team of 3 that you mentioned, and then of course Ben Walmsley, we do competed in another thing called radio news, so Ben Walmsley did that, and he won his sectional as well, so we're headed to state in 2 things, and we're super proud of our students for doing that.
Yeah, as well as Madison Croucham, and I can't think the other girl is competing in journalism of some sort. But that pitch was taken for a ball, and then the other pitch, and she did not swing, and 2-0.
Taylorville in a homestand now. They've got home games against Muhammad Seymour, 2 of them, and then they'll host Rochester.
And then another pitch.
You only scattered 2 hits in the game.
Yeah, hard to do anything. They had plenty of walks, but
So 3-0 the count. This is the way we like to see the top of the 7th.
has settled in.
Be better with the ball here to get that lead. That's inside. So
And that's going
good start to the
inside.
inning, Tanner. That's what we
Four
need. We
pitch
just
walk.
need some base runners here. Yep.
Yeah.
Base for the first time in this game.
Well, you can't win it off of one swing, but getting
And looks like Chris is going to
We'll get these going here.
have a
And it
pitch
looks like a pinch runner is coming on now.
runner for
That pinch runner will be Malia Repsher, so she'll be on now at first in place of Cam Pepperling.
pitch runner there
1 out.
for Hepling, and then now the batter is Ella Reese,
Who is
the center fielder.
grounded out.
Yep. So if you miss that pitch, runner over at first, want some speed on the bases. Taylorville needs to pull no stops here in the 7th.
1
So
out in the bottom of the 7th.
And then that pitch is swing on and missed.
Start that plate appearance.
Rapture does have speed over at first. He's a reliant pinch runner. With the situation the way
So
that
0-1.
just give her second base.
Taylorville's putting them in a position to gather some runs.
And another pitch, it's taken for a strike.
Just catches the zone
Yep.
on what looks like the lower part of the plate for a strike. Count 0-2, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
C.
And swings and
That's a
misses.
swing and miss. So strike
And
three.
2 down with the runner on first, and Taylorville's down to their final
Go
out.
down to the last out.
Last out with the top of the order up to the plate now.
I must have
Lydia
missed one,
Rivera.
Tanner. Said I must have missed an out
Trigger
somewhere.
1 for 2 with a walk.
First pitch.
And swings and misses from Rivera.
Too slow on the swing though. 0-1.
Nope, she's 2 for 3 on the day, and Taylor does get to the top of the order to give themselves a chance with their lineup to get this lead and go ahead.
And that co-op
And
scored
ball,
1-1.
second pitch is taken for a ball.
Then a series of away games: Mount Zion, Williamsville, Lincolnwood, and Lincoln. 1-1 pitch.
And another pitch is swing from Rivera.
Yep, fastball. We're
And-
just a little behind that.
Repsher is at first, the pinch runner. Taylorville just trying to stay alive now. 2-2 pitch.
And another pitch, it's taken for a ball.
Oh,
Two.
you don't want a last
Good eye.
strike or lookout strike or
Strikeout looking, yeah.
on the third strike
so-
of the game.
Rivera will have to protect here to try to keep this inning alive and get on to the next one. She fouls that off, and we'll
And we'll
do
do
the
it
2-2 again.
For 6 pitch about here coming up.
It's been a long day.
Yes, it has. Again, as Reed pointed out earlier, don't forget to join us for Nicole Patrick, Country Financial Player of the Game. A couple girls in mind in my head. We'll see what happens here, though.
Correction, the count is 2-2.
And
then
then
now it's full count for Reed.
now it's full count on Havera. Havera did draw a walk.
Been extremely patient.
Yep, and
The
the
first
runner
time.
on first, they'll be taken off with the pitch.
On defense as well.
And
Payoff pitch, 2 outs.
she swings and fouls back, and eighth pitch coming up.
Yep, we'll do it again. Good at bat by Havera here. Now she's had lots of looks this game at the pitcher. Let's see if she can get a strike, something in the zone, and hopefully she could drive one and continue the inning here in the 7th.
Run right first.
And a pitch, it's
That one is ball 4.
ball 4, and
Her second walk of the game.
Repsher actually began running
Havera trots down to first. Taylorville puts runners in first and second here with 2 away in the 7th, and the inning
There's
continues.
a video of a Major League Baseball player who like puts the bat down before the pitch even comes through. He's already moving his way to first base.
Yeah, that would have been one.
So
for-
DeMichael
for
here
that
to help
pitcher.
herself. Oh, that's going to get
Now
through.
it's line-
Yeah,
and that's
great-
going to
great
get through a
piece of
solid pitch, and bases will be loaded. Hopefully Kylie Himes's
Yeah,
can
great
put
piece of
a
hitting. That ball is outside Tanner. She went with it, and she has that short swing, and then she's kind of poking it, kind of like a Ichiro Suzuki, if you remember him. Great player for the Seattle Mariners. But it worked, load the bases, and we were talking about this is what Taylorville
several
needed.
needs.
And
A
here we
grand
are.
slam will go a long way here.
Kylie's
Yeah, but
Two
it's still not
down.
going to win the game, Tanner. So we just
And
need some more
that
runs. We
pitch
need to
is
get some
taken
of
for a
these.
strike
Need to get some of these
on
runs in.
Himes's. Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That's not for us to do. Heinz with a walk and then a pair of outs.
And another
And
pitch.
that one, that's a
It's taken for strike 2, and Himes's
I just didn't like that call, sitting on 0-2.
is behind the count.
a dialing back of the confidence that Taylorville had gained in this game. 0-2.
And she swings towards the grounder, and then their base hit. 1 run is in. Two run is in, and with 2 down, here comes Taylorville. Put up.
Havera both score.
Yeah, great hitting there for Himes's, the Taylorville senior, the multi-sport athlete. Comes through, hits one up the middle, plates 2 runs, and continues the inning for Taylorville. They have runners at first and second, still 2 away, but now they're finally on the board, and they're 4 down. It is 6-2 in this last half of the 7th. There are 2 outs, so.
Yeah, 2 outs, but another ball 1 there on Sophie Rogers after Kylie Himes's didn't like a call, and then fights off an 0-2 pitch there. So,
Yep, just went right through the infield, right up the middle. Good piece of hitting there.
and another pitch, and another hit batter,
Yep.
and hit batter again with low bases. And if I'm Pleasant Plains
don't call it the comeback.
coach, probably need to talk to the pitcher to see what's.
And Durham's coming out to talk to Hardin, talk her through what this at-bat's going to look like and how important it is. And this is who you want up, Tanner. She has a chance here to plate some more runs, perhaps even tie. We don't want to count the eggs before they hatch, but
Yeah.
this is a big part, a moving point perhaps in the game, and we waited till the bottom half of the
Yeah,
seventh.
and baseball and softball, nothing is over till we make that final out. In terms of ending the game, out's not
Yeah,
made.
it's not over. What was that? Yogi Berra?
Yeah, so the ball.
okay.
I don't know what you just said, but that pitch is swung
She
on the
smoked.
miss.
That's gonna
and-
score a couple.
And that is 1,
She smoked
2,
that.
3. Looks like 3 runs to the plate, and Hardin on her birthday delivers a 3-run RBI double out into the center field gap. And here comes
Ninth or the 8th batter to the
Taylorville.
comes in there with a huge double that
And-
found a gap.
And here comes a pitch change. We're talking, and the Peasant Plain coaches now, if mark that down on your score sheet, that is something. Chris would have won that earlier, but you can't complain with the game on the line. And look at that. It's on Hardin,
Yeah, that ball was drilled. It
And
burnt the center field.
On her
It went over
birthday,
her-
on her birthday,
Yep.
said, "You give me a swing, I'm gonna give me and my team a three RBI in a double, 3-run RBI double."
Yeah, she's having a game, and I'm sure this will be a great present for her. She's all sorts of RBIs. She's hit well. She's made several
Yeah,
good plays
her-
over at shortstop. And,
Yeah.
it'd be great. The team would love her. She'd score this tying run in
Yeah.
the home half of the 7th. You ready? It's
Yeah,
getting
and-
interesting, Tanner.
Oh yeah, and the pitch is taken high for a ball
That was a
by
lead there from Hardin as the first pitch is well high for a ball. That's something Skinner's been prone to throughout this game.
So we'll see here.
and she's set and she delivers, and the pitch is fouled back.
Back towards the field behind us. 1-1. You have to wonder what's going through Skinner's mind. She's been so solid all game.
So every one of the players has had several at bats. That's been one of the things. So they know what the look is. They know what's coming.
And then that pitch, it's taken for a ball.
Yeah, Kitzman watches one go by low to move the count to 2-1. So this will be a good place to hit, and we'll see how this happens. Again, with 2 outs, the runners are
On
gonna be
second,
moved.
it's hard after the 3-run RBI double. 3.
And now Taylorville down to the last strike, down by 1 with a runner on second.
So 2-2, bottom of the 7th. Taylorville down
The
1.
only time they've been down to their last strike, but able to force 5 runs out of it. 2-2, 2 outs. Harden at second. Pitch comes in
And
that
swings.
one's foul low. She
And-
just got a piece of it.
Fouls it off and live for another pitch.
Willie Harden was
Similar to Heimson's. Let's go back to her at bat. She didn't like that second strike was called, but and then gets a hit, and then
2-2.
Harden able to deliver.
Yep.
Harden at the plate.
And then that pitch again is foul back.
Had some longer plate.
Yeah, good at bat by Kitzman here.
Game.
She wants to put something fair in and get Harden in to score that tying run here in the bottom of the 7th. That would be great to force at least an extra inning, or perhaps, just perhaps, Tanner,
Well-
we get the go-ahead run to win the game.
That would be a walk-off.
Here's the
Don't
2-2.
call him back, and that pitch is taken for a ball, and she's fighting back for a full count.
Yep, full count, 2 outs, bottom of 7th. Taylorville down 1.
And
It's getting interesting.
yeah, it is getting interesting in terms of
She sure is.
pitcher for Pleasant Plains, and that pitch is
Fouled away. Can she get there?
foul
Never.
ball,
Going over there didn't make
Just out of the reach of the first baseman over in foul
a
territory.
little bit too far.
and it like
We'll do it again, Tanner.
oh yeah, like the pitcher from Pleasant Plains is looking at scorecards. Like, oh,
We'll
this
set it up again. So
Yeah,
full count, 2
full
out, bottom
count.
of the 7th. There you go.
full count, bottom of the 7th, 2 down. The 3-2 pitch is foul back again.
How many pitches has this been?
at least 8.
Yeah, at least 8. Probably frustrating if you're
And you know, Harden's wanting to get a good jump off second base on anything hit that she's going to be able to score in. So this will be
really
one more shot. Here's the pitch.
Here's the pitch. A 3-2 pitch has been hit towards the ground and foul ball. And the ninth, in the 10th pitch of the AB is coming up.
Answering myself than it was for you.
Yeah, and that was just foul.
Well,
Kitzman
I
made
think
good
it's
contact on that
much
one.
appreciated. It is still 3-2. 2 outs. Taylorville down just a run. They were down 6 runs entering this half inning. Here comes the
And then she-
There goes the walk.
Oh,
now,
no.
play is still alive and looking to.
And that, no harm, no foul there from Harden. Now the runner is at first.
Yep, so
And second
the
with-
winning run is on first now. The tying run is on second. Harden trying to get, almost got caught out there in no man's land out between second and third after the walk. They threw down to short. Nothing happened though, so we're ready for another at bat,
Batter
another
and-
chance to maybe win this game.
Won this game, but that pitch is taken for a strike by Simple Camp.
Simple Camp with 3 groundouts in this game.
Base hit will most likely tie the game, and extra base hit could win.
And another pitch and another swing is taken there by Kitzman, by
Actually, nearly.
Simple Camp, and now she's down 0-2.
She knew it too. She
Yep.
looked right over her
Yep,
coach.
the pitch was out of the zone, but let's see if she makes good contact here.
And that pitch is popped up, and that
At second base,
well-
she makes the catch.
in the game, and
Pleasant Plains
So
survives.
great game here today, Tanner.
Yeah.
Taylorville,
absolutely.
They waited till the last minute, but they made it interesting. They lose just one. They had the winning run on first base. Great game. You have any takeaways from this afternoon's match under Chris Durham and his Taylorville Tornadoes?
no, it was Brian fight. It was good effort, like you said, and Liv Rivera was like talking to her earlier in class. She's like, "Yeah, there's no hope for us." Well, when you look at that scoreboard in terms of final score, yeah, you're gonna say that there's no hope.
There's always hope, Tanner. This was a
Had
great
a
game at
chance to win
THS.
it. So
And we'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to Tommy TV today. We kept it simple. We had one camera, two announcers, and we thank you for tuning in on behalf of Tanner Smith. This is Neil Hohenstein. Thanks for tuning in to Tommy TV, and until next time, we'll have a good night, and we'll see you later. Any last words, Tanner?
No.
All right, that does it for us. Thank you.
Not knowing.
You're watching Tommy TV.